Oh my god, look at that. My suspicion was right. This oil pumps so much oil. Honda Limited here, okay? Oh wow, K24 one is bigger and has more things. Wow, 45. Okay guys, today's video is gonna be very interesting because we are doing a mod which I think none have done before, and we will make a discovery. Okay, let's see. Modifying a K24 oil pump as a K20 type S or a K20 type R, or maybe even more superior than a ported 4 piston oil pumps. Okay, and in this you will save a lot of dollar. First, the cost of the new oil pump plus the baffle plate plus the chain, whole thing, plus once because for fitting a K20 oil pump in a K24 you have to modify the K20 oil pump for the block fitment. Okay, you have to notch all this marked area, and then this is after you notch that area, and this is a lot of work. Okay, you also need change the chain of the pump, and that requires the crank pulley remover, and that requires the whole head removal. Okay, and for if you remove the head you will have to use the new head gasket and the new head studs. Okay, so this will save you a lot of cost. Okay, I have written K20 kit because it needs its own baffle, its chain, its guide, and screws and all that. So alone the K20 pump is not compatible with the K24 until these should be bought. And I have discovered in this that K24 oil pump is so much superior than a K21. Okay. Okay. Before opening, let's measure the both external wheels, and K20 looks so much bigger. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it is nearly 40.5, and look at K24 one, it's so teeny. How much is 32? So imagine this spins so faster than K20. As the K24 rev limit is low, that's why Honda made it smaller, so that in low RPM the oil output is more. But if you fit this on a K20, then imagine how much oil pressure this can produce. And the only limiting factor is the balance shaft. So once we remove the balance shaft and let me show you the inside, your mind will be blown. Okay, so this has already a big advantage. The only disadvantage this pump has is that these balance shafts. Okay, once we remove that, because what happens is when this is spinning too fast, these balance shafts, these make froth. Okay, in the oil, for example, if you smash the water quickly, this makes a lot of froth, and froth is air in the oil is not good because the your bearings are spinning on thin oil layer. Okay, so air in between that is very dangerous for the engine. That's why Honda limited the RPM in a K24. But if you remove the balance shaft just at the cost of some increased engine vibration, that's it. Now what we'll do is we'll open the oil pump. I've already loosened the nuts. Okay, these require 10 mm and these require 12 mm. Okay, so I remove them. We will cut the balance shafts, and then we will open the oil pumps themselves and compare them inside. Okay, and removing oil pump is very easy. Just drop the oil pan and remove the chain tensioner and chain, and oil pump will be out, and no need to remove any crank pulley or head or etc etc. Okay, let's keep that K20 on the side. Remove the bolts. 12 mm bolt. These bolts 12 mm are equal length. Okay, and please note that the other bolts are not equal length. These are equal length. Let's these two, remember the location, these are also equal length. We place them here, and these two are equal length. The yellow ones are, these are here, and the last one, this is slightly smaller. Okay, look at that, it is smaller than them. So that's it. Now what all we have to do is remove that. Just lift that up, slightly wiggling. Okay, right and left. Okay, come on, because there are one this thing here and this thing here on the opposite side. If you put pressure on one side, the other one will lock. Okay, so you have to lift them. If not, then you can take help of a screwdriver. Okay. 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 So that's easy. Then again it locks away. So funny. Okay, come on. That's it. Here are the famous balance shafts. Okay, and I have already cut them, but I will show you which method I use to cut them. Okay, these are basically to balance the engine vibrations. Okay, so that's the sole purpose of them.
And I have used a pump without balance shaft and with balance shaft, and it does make a difference in the smoothness of the ride. Okay, so if you can sacrifice slight smoothness, then this performance mod can be easily done.
But now we are modifying them for performance, so let's cut them. You can use your famous grinder, but the blade should be a bigger one. That's why it will penetrate deep. Okay, so that blade is enough to penetrate deep. Look at that. That blade will be enough.
And you don't need to open the oil pump itself, just removing this cover and cutting this balance shaft will be enough. Okay, you can put that cover back and be happy. But if you want to modify the oil pump, which I did next, then that's the other method.
So you can use that, or you can use the saya. But with the saya it's very difficult. It is very easy to do with this grinder. So that's up to you. And I have seen a video online, a person taking this whole thing out, okay, to cut the balance shaft. Okay, he took the whole thing out, but you don't need that. You just can do it inside the oil pump. Just you have to remove this and you can cut it inside. Okay, and don't worry, this movement will be stopped by this. When you will lock this, now this is not going anywhere. So okay, now because we have to see the inside, we will have to remove this. In
K20.
oil pump, you just remove these. Okay, these are here, okay, and just the oil pump is out. But for a K24 one, you will have to remove this bolt, and then this shaft will be here, because otherwise if you open this up, the oil pump is not will not open. Okay, here you can see oil pump margins. So now what I will do is I will grab this with this. See how much force it takes. No, it is still spinning. This is not able to hold it. We have hole here. Okay, so we put something in here and this will lock. Okay, and then we can open this up. So Honda thought about it. Let's put that. Okay, now it's locked. That's it. Okay, we have opened it up. Okay. This has little, okay, this hatch key, so the location will be same inside. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just place it outside. And now let's remove this from the other way. So this is out. Now what we'll do is we will just loosen these screws and pull this out and see what's inside a K24 oil pump. Let's open this up and see what's inside. And I know it will be jammed because oops, sorry. So here we are. Look at that. My suspicion was right. This oil pump pumps so much oil. Honda limited here, okay? Honda knew the potential of this pump because this pump is spinning so much faster.
The oil retaining unit also bigger and has more teeth to it. We will see next.
So they limited the oil pressure. Look at that, all that hindrance. Okay, and in this you see there is some type of hindrance here, but it is not equal to the K24 one. Okay, let's measure the inner wheel. Okay, if the K24 one is bigger or not. Oh wow, K24 one is bigger and has more these rotational things. Okay, look at that. Let's measure that. Wow, 45. 45, okay. Let's measure this one. Oh my god, 43. Okay, that is 2 mm bigger. And let's measure the inside one, the inner one. The K24 one, inner one is 35. It's not coming up. Let's measure from here. No worry. Okay, this is 33 and this is 35. So exactly 2 mm bigger than that, because outer is also 2 mm bigger, inner is also 2 mm bigger. So the K24 oil pump again is pumping more. That's why Honda needed a bigger hindrance. Okay, let's compare the notch. Okay, let's compare the notch. Okay, here you see the sharp margin. This is the K24 one. Okay, so this margin can be improved here. Okay, but and this notch I can slightly grind it, okay, so that the path is slightly increased. But still I think this oil pump will pump more than even a ported 4 piston pump. Okay, I bet it will, because it is bigger, it is spinning more, 1.5 times more, and it has bigger diameter, and Honda even limited the flow. Okay, and let's see the inside of the K20 21 K20 type S1, and this also can be benefits from some porting. Okay, so I will be porting this too. Slight porting is also needed here. Slight porting here, slight porting here. That's it. And for K24 one, again same. Oh my god! Wait! Look at the opening of the K24 one. Okay, I think it's bigger. Let's measure that up. Okay. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's bigger. K24 one is. Wow! Man, after watching this video, I think no one will buy a K20 oil pump. Let's measure it. Okay, guys. The 18.13 mm. This is the K24 one. And this is the K21. Okay. It's slightly less, okay. So the port is also slightly smaller.
Before I forgot to measure the internal diameter, but I marked it after.
The K21. Let's see the inside diameter. Okay, so inside is 16.17 for the K21. And let's see this pump, the K24 one. Okay, and this is again slightly bigger. Okay, 13.13 mm bigger, the K24 one. Okay, now let's slightly port that, because I don't think the K24 oil pump needs some inside work. You just cut the balance shaft and you will get the oil pressure even more than the ported 4 piston pumps. Okay, I wish I had some testing machine, because these discoveries are insane.
Before doing the port work, let's measure the balance shaft weight.
Oh my god, let's see, 650 gram, half a kilo, more than half kilo, man. Oh my god, 1300 gram, that's 1.3 kilos, man. Nice. So all this rotational mass is gone from K24 oil pump, and it is already so superior than a K21. You will be able to rev engine so easy now, and at least 10 to 15 HP gone, because that rotational mass is directly spinning with the crank. Okay, so that's robbing directly from the crank power, just at the sake of slight increased vibration. Okay, and if you can live with that, you are saving so much money. Okay, on the gasket, on head start, on so much work. No port needed, already this pump is so ballsy. So let's
Next, I ported the oil pumps, but that's just for the documentation purpose because the K24 pump is capable of so much high oil pressure. So I don't recommend porting it because the pressure will be so much, oil pressure will be so much, it can be dangerous. So just remove the balance shaft and don't port a K24 oil pump because that way it will become a monster.
This is a simple one. Okay. First, I'll open the opening slightly. I have found out that it is very easy to port from this instead of that. Okay. Almost done, man. So this took almost just like 2 minutes, I think. That's it. Trim the notch, okay? The this one, okay? So that's it. I think that took nearly 3 minutes. We cannot notch this enough because this will, if you do it more, then this will make a hole. So that's I am leaving that it, and from that, that's almost gone. Okay, let's turn the light and show you. Look at that. All that inside metal. That's it. That's shaped. All needed to do is just clean this up with some gasoline, and this is ready. Now we will do the K24 one, which is already very ballsy pump. Okay, so look at that. Just insert it from here, and you need to trim these margins. Okay. Okay, whole margin is gone. Just took 20 seconds with this simple bar. Wow, so easy to modify these pumps. Now turn it that way and that way. Look, modifying this notch is very easy in a K24 pump because you can move it both direction. But in this one, here you can see this wheel is in the way. You can, and here this is in the way. You can, here you see nothing is in the way. You have both access to both sides. Okay, and let's slightly do it more. Look, the D in the center it is more pronounced, so you can safely trim the margins. Okay, so look at that. We have made a nice, it's smooth, and we have also opened the opening which was already very big, and now just all is needed is to clean this debris with some gasoline, and that's fit them back again. And another factor, the K24, the K20 pickup is slightly higher than K24 one. That's why, because when you upgrade to a K24 K20 pump, you have to use the new oil pan.
Look at that, how tight the clearance of the oil pan to the oil pickup is. So, and also this is my build in which I tried to put the steel oil pan on a K20. Look at that, it is not even flushing with the engine. Okay, so that's why this matter is very delicate when fitting a K20 oil pump on a K24.
Or maybe if this can be removed, okay, but they look very sturdy. If I think that can be removed with some special tool. Let's see if they are interchangeable. Yeah, I think that this pickup can be removed. Okay, so maybe if you can just change the pickups. But the K21, when oil pump is fitted, it's slightly deeper. So why go for the K20 route? Because now we have discovered the K24 oil pump is the best in the K series. Okay, and this is from the K24 RBB engine. Okay, that 200 horsepower. So you can easily buy this and just cut the balance shaft, and maybe if you need, just port that opening easily from here, and slightly notch this thing up. And this pump, I bet, can outperform a PRL or a 4 piston ported pumps. Okay, now we will clean it with some gasoline, and that will be easy and cleaning. Then after that we will polishing. And okay, one important thing, you deleted the balance shaft, but you cannot remove one wheel altogether, because this is the wheel which spins from the crank. Okay, and this indirectly spins this via the oil pump. The oil pump of the K24 is in the other pulley. Look at that. Okay, when applying Honda bond, try to be on the outer margins, okay, not the inner margin. Okay, and before that, just put some oil, but don't touch the borders, because on borders there will be Honda bond. If there is oil on the borders, then the silicone will not be curing. Okay, a very important step in a K24, because previously it has balance shaft, and balance shafts need to be balanced with the crank, so that's why there is a mark over here. But since now we have removed the balance shaft, so this timing mark on the oil pump does not matter. And once you assemble it, just make sure that wheel is spinning. Okay, now we know that this oil pump spins indirectly. Okay, this spins this wheel, and this spins this wheel, and then this spins the oil pump.
A very important point about the K20 oil pump, the location of the screws is very critical, especially these two screws. One is longer, one is short. I put them wrong, and look at that, I even can't move the oil pump. Okay, and I did not even tight them fully. Okay, and if I fully tight them, look at that, I am almost unable to move it. Okay, so the longest screw is on the top one. Okay, let me show you clearly.
So to avoid this trouble, kindly label this screw at least. These two. Other these are simple. These are equal length small screws. But these two, this one is the longest one. This one is the second longest.
You see this screw is different, the texture is different. Okay, and I am holding the oil pump like that. Okay,
Kindly label this screw exactly like that, so that while assembling you don't mess it up and it will be jammed. That will be a disaster. Okay.
last but not the least, these balance shaft, these need oil circulation. So now that we have removed that, we have to close that hole. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. You see, this is a K24 block and K20 oil pump in it, and this is the hole which was supplying the oil to the balance shaft. We need to plug this hole. Simple. There is a dough-like structure here, and what you will do is insert a screw in this thing and just pull that screw out, and hole this dough-like structure is out. Once this structure is out, you will see the threads inside. Some blocks don't have threads, but majority of them have. Just you have to do is apply some Honda bond on a 10 mm screw and block this hole. But there is a trick. Okay, you see, since we are doing the mod on a K24 oil pump, the K20 oil pump, you see, it is very slim, but a K24 oil pump sits almost here, half the block here. Okay, so what if you block this hole with some screw protruding out, then the K24 oil pump won't sit here again. Okay, because since now we are not using the K21 but a K24 oil pump without balance shaft. So in a K24 block with balance shaft delete, you need to plug this with a thing which is headless. Okay, which is flush to the block. Okay, some L key screw or something like that. You understand my point? Okay, and blocking this hole will further increase oil pressure. Okay, so that's another bonus point.
So I think no one will buy this oil K21s anymore after watching this video. That's my bet. So, give me your opinion. What you think of it? Will you be using K24 oil pump, modifying it slightly, deleting the balance shaft, and that will be performing more than a K21? Okay. So why bother spending so much money when you can just modify your K24 one? Okay. So kindly give me your feedback in the comments. What you think? Okay. Take care. Bye bye.